Hello, welcome to episode 55 of The Home Front. I will give you guys a few minutes to jump on here. Tonight we have an exciting little topic about home value, which one we seem to continue to revisit, but I think it's important to really understand differences in opinion on price. Make sure you say something so I know you're on. I can give you a shout out. Episode 55, guys, super excited. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the love button, share this out. Don't be selfish with the information. You want to let everybody know. You never know who needs to, who's looking for this information. Hey Jimbo, what's going on? How are you this evening? This one's going to be short and sweet. I don't want to drag this on too long. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hey Edgardo, what's going on? How are you? Tonight we're going to talk about how realtors determine home value. Everyone has their own method of determining home value. The seller thinks their home is worth sometimes more than a buyer would think. Powerful video, author of Philadelphia. What's going on, author? Thank you. Hey, Martina, thank you for joining. Tonight we're going to talk about home value. Pardon, my ADD gets a little off track. I go off on tangents, but first, sellers have a way of determining home value in a different method than realtors do. And the only person that really matters when you're trying to sell your house is the buyer. And why I say that is because they're only going to pay what they feel your house is worth. So when you're thinking about selling, we as a realtor are going to come in and give you a range. I give 3 different estimates. One, I give you, well, if your house is not in top-notch, top-of-the-line condition, all the upgrades, I'll give you a price where, here's one where it can be bought without doing anything to it. Then here's a price that it can be purchased if you make some of the changes or updates that I suggest. And then here's the price that you can sell if you make all of the upgrades I suggest. Or if your house is already there, then you're good to go. Hey, Allah, thank you for joining. Thank you for the compliment. Hey, Dennis. No. So that's how I come in with 3 different estimates. And what I do is I pull comps or similar properties. I pull active properties or unsold properties. I pull under contract properties, which tells you where the market is now. The unsold properties are maybe a little bit higher. And then the sold properties, lately it's been within the last 30 days because pulling the last 60 days, I'm pulling too many similar properties. So I want to pull the most relevant when I am determining where to price your property. And then I don't go too far out. I will pull homes with the same bedrooms, the same bathrooms. If it's a 3-level home, I pull the 3-level homes. But that's not where I end. I will then go a step further and preview homes because I want to make sure that the homes I'm comparing yours to are very, very similar. I don't want to have a home that's outdated that I'm saying you should be within this range. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining. I want to have a home that is, if your house has granite countertops, I want to try and make sure the house that I'm comparing it to has granite. If your home has 4 bedrooms, I want to pull 4 bedrooms. I want to pull similar square footage, or I want to pull at least within a couple hundred square feet of the same. So I can really have a true comparison. So when I'm pulling those listings, then I can present to you the best comparable homes, the best similar homes that you can understand why I say these are the most most similar to yours, and here's why I think you should price it here. I give you options. So like I said, I give you the 3 choices of where to price it or how you want to proceed. And then we talk about your sales goals, which are I need to move right away, or I have time and I'm flexible. I always suggest pricing it where you're comfortable. If you don't agree with my suggestions, ultimately you're in charge. I work for you. So I will say we'll do it with the way you would like to do, but I would like you to consider after 10 showings or 2 weeks, maybe possibly repositioning on the market. There's no cookie cutter way for answering the pricing question, but we have a starting point. You can use Zillow, you can use the tax value, you can use, if you go out and get an appraisal, you can use that value. But there's no cookie cutter answer to this question. You just have to have a starting point and make adjustments as needed. You have to be flexible. If you're stuck on a price, you have to maybe think, maybe you're not ready to really be serious and sell your property. Because if you're stuck and you say, I'll sell it if this person pays this much money for it, you may not sell it. And it kind of wastes your time. And if you just want to test the waters, that I can understand that. But at the same time, the person that you're hiring to sell your house may end up with a little frustration, because we're paying to market your home. We are paying to get that house sold. So being serious about it, that's really, you're entering into an agreement with someone to perform a task. So think about that. Be flexible and understand that the realtor is the person who knows the area. They know how to price the homes, and they have reasons behind their suggestions. They're the experts. They're supposed to, do the research and do the due diligence to make sure that we're giving you the best advice. So if you guys have any questions about home values, please don't hesitate to ask. I do want to mention one other thing. When you're selling and you have people looking at it, and now we're going to switch roles and we'll say you're the buyer. When you're making an offer on the property and you see there's some things wrong with it, those are mental notes, and also your agent can note them as well. When your agent comes back to you and tells you, okay, I think it's good, if the price is good compared to what the similar homes look like, and we decide on an offer price, then they counter back to another price. The seller decides, okay, well, we'll take your deal. We're just going to make the change on the price. And then you come back and say, well, I need them to do this, this, and this in the house. That's not the time to say, I need them to do these things in the house. Your price is your price that you're paying for the house in the condition that it's in. Mind the fact that you will probably have some things that come up in the home inspection. That is the time to address those issues, not when you're making the offer. Now, if you know something's wrong, it's going to come up in the home inspection. It's good to make a mental note of it, and if you decide that you don't want that house, even whether they're willing to fix it or not, then that's when you walk away. But if you make an offer on a house with the exact condition that it's in, be willing to negotiate a little bit. The difference of $10,000 makes it a little bit more of a difference, but if you're within that range, overall on your mortgage, if you find the right house, that's not going to make a significant difference a month. And if you really want that house, you'd be willing to be a little bit flexible on it, because you do have opportunities if you find something major that's majorly wrong in the house to walk away. If you can't agree on the home inspection items, then you have the opportunity to walk away. That's why in this market we use the home inspection. But in other markets, I know they're waiving the home inspection. It's a very competitive seller's market, and I would personally feel a little uncomfortable doing it, but maybe if I lived in that market and that's the way things are done, then I would, feel differently. But in our market, we don't waive the home inspections typically. Even in competing offer situations, I haven't seen it. I know it's been done, but just up the road in D.C., Maryland, I think does it too. They've been waiving home inspections, so it's a little bit more risky. Actually, it's a lot more risky, and you're locked in once it's accepted. But that's the market that I guess some of you all are experiencing. So if you have any questions, or I can help you in any way related to real estate, investing, purchasing, buying, anything like that, or I can connect you with a realtor in your area if you're not in Virginia, please reach out to me. I will be happy to help you in any way that I can. And thank you guys for joining tonight. I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me every evening and watching the show. Please share this out. Don't be selfish with the information. You never know which one of your friends is going to need this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you tomorrow.